All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're doing things a little differently.
Yeah.
Usually we go through research papers, articles, things like that.
Right.
We read through them, we kind of pick them apart, and we figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But today,
It's a little different.
we've got something that's a little bit more mysterious.
Yeah.
We have just a single audio file to work with.
Okay.
And the file name itself is pretty interesting.
All right.
It's called Blue Beam Projector Ship.
Oh, wow.
Misling.
Interesting.
WTC.mp3.
That's a lot to untack right there.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I'm already getting like some conspiracy vibes just from the title alone.
Yeah, you've got some really interesting terms in there right off the bat.
Yeah.
You've got blue beam projector. You've got ship, the misspelling of missing.
Yeah.
Misleam.
Instead of missing.
And then, of course, WTC.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle begging to be solved.
Yeah, definitely.
But before we get too caught up in the title, let's actually listen to this audio because it's really short.
All right, I'm intrigued.
So here it is.
Okay.
That was it.
Wow.
Pretty short and sweet.
Direct.
Yeah, just the word heat repeated twice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, knowing nothing else about this, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, I mean, the word heat itself, it can be interpreted in so many different ways. It could be literal, like a description of temperature.
Yeah.
But it could also represent, like, the intensity of a situation,
Yeah, like emotional heat.
emotional heat pressure, those kinds of things.
Right.
It's really all about context, which we are sorely lacking at this point.
We need more information.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's where this cryptic title comes in.
Right.
So for people who might not be familiar with it,
Okay.
can you give us like a quick rundown of what the blue beam projector conspiracy theory is all about?
Sure. So the blue beam projector theory, it kind of emerged back in the 90s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it basically suggests that governments possess this technology
Okay.
that's capable of projecting these holographic images
Like into the sky.
into the sky.
Wow.
So think like fake alien invasions
Psycho beep.
or religious events.
Oh, wow.
Other large-scale events that would basically be used to manipulate and control people.
Okay.
Really get people riled up and
I see.
use that to their advantage.
So if we were to try to connect this word heat
Okay.
to this blue beam projector idea,
Yeah.
could it be referencing like the intense reactions
Possibly.
that people would have to these manufactured events?
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
If you were to look up and see a massive holographic projection in the sky,
Right?
I mean, the fear, the confusion, the
Yeah.
heat of the moment
Yeah.
would be palpable. I mean,
Exactly, yeah.
it would be a very intense experience.
But here's what I don't get.
Okay.
If this audio file was meant to be some kind of message or a clue about a blue beam event,
Right.
wouldn't creating this recording and then giving it such a provocative title, wouldn't that contradict the whole idea of keeping these operations secret?
That's a very good point. I mean, it really raises the question of what the creator's intention was.
Right.
Were they trying to send a covert message to like a select few?
Right.
Or was this meant to be discovered
Right.
and cause widespread panic?
Right.
Or maybe, and this is a possibility we can't ignore,
Yeah.
it's a hoax.
Right.
A deliberate attempt to mislead
Okay.
and play on existing fears.
I see.
We just don't know.
That makes me think about that misspelling of missing
Right.
as misleading.
Yeah.
Could that be a deliberate clue?
Possibly.
Maybe meant to steer us in a specific direction?
Yeah. I mean, it could be a genuine typo.
Right.
Or it could be a subtle hint meant to connect this audio to something specific.
Okay.
For instance, the word missile
Right.
could be a way to link this to potential military involvement,
Okay.
which some blue beam theories often incorporate.
I see.
So it's hard to say for sure.
And then there's WTC.
Right.
I think most people, when they hear that, they immediately think of the World Trade Center
Of course.
and, the events of 9/11.
Right, and some proponents of the blue beam theory,
Yeah.
they believe that events like 9/11 were orchestrated using this holographic technology.
Oh, wow.
So the inclusion of WTC in the title could be an attempt to draw a connection,
Okay.
however tenuous, between this audio and those events.
Okay, so we have this mysterious audio file,
Yeah.
the word heat repeated twice,
Heat.
and a title that is just packed with these references
Yeah.
to a pretty controversial conspiracy theory
Yeah.
and a major historical event.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the creator of this file was trying to achieve?
I mean, honestly, it's impossible to say definitively without more context.
Yeah.
Perhaps it was a way to kind of plant these seeds of doubt you know,
Okay.
to make people question the official narrative surrounding certain events.
Right.
Or maybe it was a form of artistic expression. You know,
Yeah.
a commentary on the power of fear and misinformation in our society.
Right.
It really could be anything.
It's a good reminder that even in the age of instant information,
Yeah.
we often encounter these fragments of information
Right.
that are just open to multiple interpretations.
Mm-hmm.
And it all comes down to, how we choose to analyze those fragments.
Yeah.
And what conclusions we draw.
That's where critical thinking becomes so crucial.
Absolutely.
You know, it's tempting to jump to conclusions,
Oh, yeah.
especially when we're dealing with something as intriguing as conspiracy theories.
Right.
But it's important to consider all angles,
Yeah.
weigh the evidence,
Wow.
and be open to alternative explanations.
Absolutely. So to our listener, we leave you with this.
Okay.
If you were to create a cryptic message like this, what would you want to convey? And how would you use limited information like this
Yeah.
to spark curiosity and encourage others to dig deeper, to question, to think critically?
Good questions.
Yeah, the answers might surprise you. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.